Hey guys, I hope you're all really well. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be fitness focused, which I actually love doing because I've been at the gym so much over the last 6 months, but I haven't talked about it that much. I'd never want to shove it down everyone's throats and to be one of those annoying people who are like, did you go to the gym if you didn't Instagram it? I never want to Instagram it all the time. I'm getting more and more comfortable with sharing me in the gym and stuff, but I don't know, it's funny. You never want to seem like you're kind of showing off just because you're at the gym. But anyway, so I wanted to do a video all about the last 6 months because I've kind of set myself a new fitness goal and I've been working towards it. And before, I haven't really set, the only goals I used to ever set for myself was to just lose weight, tone up. It was the same thing just for ages. Whereas now I've got a big ideal for how I want my body to be. And yeah, so this is going to be quite a chatty one, so you might want to sit and get yourself a cup of tea or a coffee or something. I haven't really written notes, I'm just going to chat basically. So bit of a background with me and fitness and working out and things like that. Since I've been about 16 pretty much, I've always I've enjoyed going to the gym. I've always had a gym membership, and I've always had periods where I don't go and then periods when I'm on it again. But yeah, I've always enjoyed working out, always enjoyed the endorphins and just seeing results and things. And then also a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago now, I got really into yoga as well. So I used to do a lot of yoga, mainly at home, but I did enjoy classes as well. But since having ND, I haven't really been doing yoga because I used to do it first thing in the morning, and now I don't know, it doesn't really fit into my schedule. But anyway, at the moment I find it much easier to kind of slot in a time of the day to go to the gym, and that's kind of more attainable for me. I used to go to the gym, do 20 minutes of cardio, do maybe a bit of light weights and just go on some weight machines, and then stretch and go home. And after having Indy, I got back into the gym and everything. I was trying to get my fitness back up, but I just got a bit bored with what I was doing. I started looking at more women and more girls, mainly on Instagram, because that's where you just end up following for inspiration, who were more I don't know, muscly, had the, they built these big bums and were just really in shape, upper body as well. And I was just how are they getting these bodies? But basically that's how I got into wanting to do weight training. I started watching videos and things of these girls that I was following, of them talking about how they got to where they were, their routines, what they eat. I also started looking up on websites about the scientific information so that I understood what I was doing and how to do it. I researched kind of quite a lot on my form with doing weights and things, so that's just a little bit of a background of how I began this new kind of fitness journey that I've been doing. I definitely say do your research before you're going to embark on a new fitness journey. So 6 months ago, about in March time, I just got really inspired to start lifting heavy weights and start kind of working out in a different way. So kind of drop in as much cardio. I still do a bit of cardio, but doing much more weight focused workouts. And I would follow, I think at first, I did start following set routines, and then sometimes I'll kind of wing it on my kind of do what I feel like doing, and just learn more and more moves and more superset routines and things like that, and kind of take it from there and do what I felt worked for me and my body. As soon as I started, I loved it, and I still love it. So my fitness goal, I thought that would be useful to tell you guys. I don't have it written down or anything. Mainly I've kind of got an idea of how I'd like my body to look, but then it's also weighed up with I want to be able to lift really heavy. It's not, I guess it's not all about, a lot of it is how I'm gonna look but also I just want to be I want to feel strong, I want to feel healthy. It feels really empowering, so I've loved that side of it. But body wise, I want to build on, and I have been building on, my glutes, my bum. I want my legs to get stronger. I'm not really looking to grow them really big, but obviously if you're working on your glutes, your legs are going to grow as well, because that's natural. So I'm kind of doing weights all over my body, but I focus more on my legs and glutes. So on leg days, I'm really pushing it with legs and glutes, whereas on upper body days. I'm still going quite heavy, but you know, I'm not trying to really pack on the muscle in my arms and back, say. So it wasn't a goal at first, but since I've been doing upper body days, I've really noticed like more definition in my arms and shoulders. So now a bit of a goal is to get them even more kind of in shape. And then I guess the last other goal for me is to work on my abs, but in a different way. But for me, what I've definitely noticed over the last 6 months is that it's like all good and well me like working out really hard in the gym for my abs, but obviously abs are made in the kitchen, that's what everyone says. And I feel like for quite a few months I was eating a lot of like sugar and salt, so I've really cut that down over the last few weeks, because I'm really trying to focus on getting, like, I just feel like I have this constant bloat in my belly, and I feel like especially since having Indy, I really hold bloat in my stomach. So a goal for me as well is to just kind of, I guess, slim down the tummy. Like, you can't just lose weight in one area, I know that, but I know that I can eat the right things that will help my belly not, you know, be as puffy, be as bloated, and it will help my abs to come through, like after I can get rid of that bloat. And there's always a bit of a curve, like when I'm standing to the side. So yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine. And another more recent goal in the last few weeks as well is that I would love to be able to do the splits and to just work on my flexibility as well. And because, you know, I used to love doing yoga, and I love the feeling of, like, you know, when you're flexible in your body, you feel really like in tune with your body as well. And like mind to muscle is so important, and it's almost like a meditation. Yeah, I'd also love to like reach some flexibility goals, especially because I'm training a lot with weights, and because that's quite intense on the muscle, I don't want to forget to stretch the muscle out, you know, a few times a week at least. So I thought I would just chat through a little bit what the journey has been like. It's not been that long at all, from March till now. So in March, oh, and I've got pictures as well. I tried to take progress pictures, so I'll put those in as I'm talking. So March, I started, at first I felt quite scared to go into like the heavy weight section of the gym. I know some people ask, like, how do you manage with the fear of going into that section? And I tried to just ignore that voice that was like, oh, like, why are you in here, what are you doing, everyone's looking at you, because no one really cares. Like, I think as soon as you step into that area of the gym, everyone's like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I think everyone assumes that you know what you're doing anyway. Oh, I just feel like people don't really judge you, and if they do, they're just being a dick. So, and it's one of those other things where the more you go, like every day that you go, you just get more used to going to that section. And then now I just feel so comfortable in that section of the gym, and it's like I know what I'm doing. I've like made some mistakes, but you know, it's fine, it doesn't really matter. I think the first time that I went into the weight section and I tried using the barbell, I didn't even know that you had to put the weight like stoppers on the end, the wire hook things. So I was like trying to lift it up, and I just like like the weights all like fell on the floor. It made such a huge noise, and no one really cared. Like, I think 1 or 2 people looked around to like see what happened, but no one like laughed at me or came over and was like, what are you doing? I just kind of laughed to myself, because I was like, oh, God's sake. You make mistakes, that's normal. Oh, I gradually like got more and more used to working out with weights. I think at first as well, I wasn't doing much upper body. I was focusing more on lower body. And then I'd say maybe like 3 months in, I think I started doing proper upper body sessions as well. And I honestly thought, at first I thought, oh, I'm going to hate doing upper body, it's going to be so boring. And when I do it, I actually really enjoy upper body sessions. And at the end of upper body sessions, I actually feel like an emotional release as well. Then I was looking at a way that you can kind of work out at the gym. Sorry, you can work glutes at the gym, like up to 5 times a week, by doing different types of glute workouts with each session. So one is like a heavy, like compound leg day. Another day of the week could be just more glute focused as opposed to your legs. And then like in between that, you could be doing like smaller kind of booty pump moves. So when you're doing like bridges with a band and things like that. Anyway, so I took that on board, and I started separating out my workout days so that I wasn't overworking my muscles, and I was giving them enough time to rest. And I think that's worked for me really well. And I've just kept going, picking up bits of information wherever I can, because I feel like there's so much info out there and there's so much to try out with your body. And honestly, I found it such a nice thing to do. Like, it's so nice to have a personal goal to work towards. It's so nice to kind of gradually see results. And it's nice to just focus on yourself. Like, it's always me time. It's when I get to listen to music that I want to listen to and kind of get emotions out. I've really been enjoying it, and I haven't posted it that much, like I said, but if you guys want me to post more videos maybe on my workouts, then I will. And if you want me to post more on my Instagram, then I will. I've just always had this thing of not wanting to shove it in your face. So another thing I wanted to say was, most of the time during these 6 months, like, I've been quite positive about it, about like how I'm doing and things. There are some days, there's always some days though, where I kind of look at my body and I'm like, I'm not really where like I thought my bum would be bigger by now, and I just get a bit like down about it. But I do, like, especially when I chat to Jason about it as well, he always reminds me that I haven't been doing it for that long, and I'm so like stubborn and I'm quite impatient, I guess. Like, for me it feels like it's been ages, but it hasn't. Like, body wise it hasn't been that long for building muscle, so I kind of have to check myself sometimes. I think the biggest time where I got really down about it was when we went away. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose today. We went away to Spain last month, and I was doing, maybe I'll put the pictures in, I didn't upload them. I thought I'd do some, like, you know, from the back shots, feeling like I was ready to do those kind of pictures, but then I looked back at them and I was like, my bum looks so flat. Like, it sounds weird, but I guess like here, you know, this very, no, kind of to the side here, it looked really flat. It didn't look round. I was like, I wanted it to look like a bubble, and I got really like annoyed about it, and I was kind of like, I don't know, I just had a low moment and I was like, what's the point? Like, it's not changing. I was like, I've been working out so hard, and I just felt really unmotivated, and I just felt like nothing was happening. But it was, I think I'm just being impatient. My bum's definitely grown, but it's really easy to kind of compare yourself to girls that have been doing it for like 5 years. It takes a long time, a lot of the time, to build up a substantial amount of muscle. So that's maybe one of the harder things about weight training, like just being patient. Let me drink some water. And then leading up to now, so we're in August now, I'm feeling really positive again about my journey, how it's going. And I've also, I mean, I always feel good though when I've had at least like a few weeks straight of like good routine at the gym. And you guys know I love traveling, but obviously it does throw out your routine. And then I do get bums, like if I haven't been to the gym for about a week, I start getting really, like, it does affect my mood a lot. So, but you know, that's life. Sometimes you're not going to be able to constantly do your gym routine. But another thing I wanted to mention was about food, because I had a patch where I was so confused, because I'm wanting to like lose fat and build muscle, and I know that that happens a lot of the time when you start out weight training, and I kind of did see that a bit at first. So I don't track macros or anything, but I did at one point wanted to see if I was roughly on track with how much I should be eating to gain muscle, and to worked it all out and everything. But I was so confused as to whether I should be eating in a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit, and it was really hard to find information on that actually. And at that point I was getting so frustrated about what to do with food, so I kind of just tracked my food for a few days. I think I was probably actually eating less than I should have been, and I actually found it really hard to be eating enough. So I'm always trying to eat as much as I can to be building muscle. Anyway, but I kind of ended up stopping tracking it, because I feel like it just, you know, it kind of puts a lot of pressure on you. I also find it quite distracting, because you get a bit too into what you're eating, what you're not eating. Basically, I kind of listen to my body now. I always eat until I'm full. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. I try and eat as healthily as I can. Maybe I can do a what I eat in a day video for like gaining muscle maybe. I don't eat that much meat at the moment, maybe like once or twice a week. Now I'm doing this video, I'm like, there's so many other topics that I could chat about for ages as well. I'm like, I don't know what to go more into detail about and what I should maybe save for another video, like supplements. And I have been having protein after my workouts, and at first it was like after every single one. Now I like definitely have some protein after like leg days and glute days, and if I go really hard on an upper body day I will, but like at the moment I'm not having them every single time after. Sometimes it's hard to know if like if you need to be having the protein or not. Like let me know down below if you weight train and you don't have a protein shake after, because that would be really interesting. So on leg days I usually have some BCAAs, but not always. I'm not like die hard about it. And sometimes I'll have pre-workout, not that often, usually if I'm working out in the afternoon. I think that's pretty much it. I really hope I haven't forgotten anything. I just wanted to say as well, because in the questions there are a few people asking like what exactly I do. So it's hard because they're all different, but so say if I'm doing like legs and glutes, I'll try and like plan out say like 5 to 6 different exercises that I want to do for that session. Typically I'll do a glute activation, so I'll just take my resistance band into the gym and I'll do some like squats with it and like crab walks. Then I'll go over to the barbells and I'll do weighted squats, and I'll do a few different compound movements. So I might do like normal squats, then I might do like sumo squats with wide legs, and I usually do about 3 sets of each, maybe 4 if I'm feeling frisky. I love doing the hip thrusts with the barbell. After the bigger moves, then I like to kind of move on and do a few more targeted moves. So I love like the cable machine for kickbacks, or I might do like a glute finisher. Also, I've been trying to do at least 1 day a week of getting like a good cardio session in. So if you guys have any really good tips for belly, like trying to get your belly down, especially after having a baby, please let me know. I've been loving apple cider vinegar, having that in the morning, because like, that definitely does help with bloating. Yeah, just sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's not working, like anything that I'm doing. If you want to keep up with things that I'm doing at the gym, or like what I'm wearing to the gym and things, I've got a dedicated fitness like Insta story highlight. You can check that out if you want. It's on my Instagram. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna go. I'm sure I've talked your ear off enough now. Thank you guys for watching. If there's anything you wanted to know that I didn't cover, then leave it in a comment down below and I'll try and reply to you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.